What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Tesla today at the request of Skurnos. I think that's pronounced right, Skurnos. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get started. Okay, so Tesla, let's look at it on a monthly basis again. It's had these phases where it consolidates, and then it moves up, and then it consolidates, and then it moves up, and then it consolidates, and then you guessed it, it moves up. It moves up. And each time it's had these little moves up, it hasn't stopped until it's seen new all-time highs at a magnitude higher than what it was before, right? If we took a high to low after that high of this move, I mean, dude, you just went sky high all the way up to your 4618, even past that. Crazy stuff. Not a whole lot of help there. If you take the high here to the low here, you went all the way up to your 4618 again. Wow, that's kind of crazy, actually. I don't think you'll go to your 4618 on this one, right? Because this one, first off, it's a little bit bigger than the other two. Maybe your 2272 though, or your 2618 maybe. I don't know. Each time you've expanded, maybe instead of using fibs, we can go from the high to the high. It's about 629%, so 7.3x. High to the high. That's about a 15x, 16x right there, right? So maybe something in between. Maybe something in between. If we take a high to a low here, and that's a big range to work with. You know, maybe you're working with, if we're going to the 2272, I mean, that's actually even smaller than that other one. Not saying that this makes it any less likely that we could top here. We really could. The 2272 is not an area to forego or mess around with, man. That could be from $418 at a current market cap of 1.34 trillion, calling for a potential near 6x. That's no small order at all, okay? But Tesla, I think, is one of those companies that it's largely undervalued. Even at this valuation, I think it is largely undervalued, and I think it'll only grow more valuable over time, right? It's got a lot of growth left in it, and this chart is saying that same thing, right? It's very, very bullish looking chart. If we look at the weekly or the monthly RSI here, we're getting into the overbought zone. Whenever we got into the overbought zone last time, after being out of it for so long, that was here on this month. We had a little bit of turbulence afterwards, right? We probably consolidated for, I'm going to delete all that stuff. We probably consolidated for 2 months, about 2 months, but really it was like an overall 22 months of growth that the last time we got into the overbought zone promoted us once we were on the monthly overbought zone of the RSI. Overbought zone here, this month, we didn't really consolidate afterwards, did we? We basically just kept growing for 17 months, and then we topped off, then we tapered out. So 17 months, 22 months. We have just gotten into the overbought zone. We weren't in it last month, okay? Last month was November. Were we in it? Let's see. Let's actually pull up the readings so we can get it here. November, that was a 68 read. We are not in the overbought zone with the 68. You have to be at 70 or more. Actually above 70 technically. 70.01 or more. So here we are. First month in the overbought zone is December. The last 2 times we got overbought, you moved up for a year and a half basically and nearly 2 years. So my expectation would then be that you probably continue to progress higher, whether you consolidate for 2 months here or there, whether it's just a straight line up most of the time and you consolidate a little bit here or there. I think that over the next 17 to 22 months, I think that's a safe bet, right? Over the next year and a half to 2 years, Tesla's going to be moving up, which is pretty damn phenomenal. And the place that we could see it go to would potentially be, I think, $2,400 to $4,000. That's kind of the expectation. I don't think you go beyond that. You could stop as low as 1,000, but I don't think it's going to take you, especially at this pace. Even with consolidation, I don't think it's going to take you a year and a half to get there, let alone 2 years, right? Something more on par with like this area, I think is what we could be expecting, yeah. So 2,500 to 4,000, that's where I think this thing is going over the years. As crazy as it sounds, we'll check this video out in a couple years, right? And watch how lethally accurate it is. I don't know. Month to month on a long-term hold, it's definitely a good buy. Week to week, overbought, moved up a lot, not a lot of volume this week so far. at a previous area of resistance, it might not be the most ideal time to buy. You might sell off a little bit here. High to low, right at your 1.414. You could move up a little bit more first, but if you're at 418 now, the highest I could see moving up to is 481. Swap that 1 and that 8 around, 481, and you probably do pull back. Looking at the daily RSI. Double top look here, bearish divergence, yeah. That would be good. You're at 418. That'd probably be good for move back down to about 350. Tesla probably moves down. I would think anything from like 370 to 350. You're at 418 now. So if I was looking to buy Tesla, you know, in the long term, I guess it doesn't matter if you buy here, but also maybe it does. I'm just thinking like when you're talking about 418 to 370, that's not at that big of a deal when we're talking about numbers that are as high as like $2,000 to $4,000. But it is because those percentages, they compound, they grow, right? I do believe if I was to buy Tesla, if I was looking to buy Tesla, I'd probably wait until the prices were below 370. Maybe I should rephrase that, below 380. I would expect the prices to go down as low as about 350, but 380 is probably where I would start buying. I should even say 340. The price could go as low as 340. I mean, it could go lower even, right? Like if it wanted to, it could go all the way back down to 300 or 270 and still be fine. I just don't think that's going to happen, but it could happen. I'm more thinking you'll find support somewhere in this range outside of the expected zone, which is kind of weird. But I think, I mean, that's where your divergence forms. So I think you're going to go probably right there around 45 to 50 bucks or 345 to 350 bucks. You're at 418 now. And then up, right? You know the monthly plan, you know the weekly plan, but the day-to-day plan, it's a little bit of a downside. So other than that, guys, I got nothing else that I want to say. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.